Hey guys, it's Ryan here with another episode of Blockchain Markets. And today I'm going to talk about Bitcoin versus Visa and Mastercard. So before I start, remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and share this video in your social media platforms so other people that don't know about cryptocurrencies can know at least a little bit about it and about this awesome technology, which is blockchain. So starting with this, I'd like to say that even though I'm a big supporter of blockchain technology, I have to be transparent and honest. These articles, which I have been seeing a lot lately in the media, there are a lot of bloggers that are posting about this, and a lot of financial experts giving interviews about this. There I have to be honest, I said, because they do have some things that are real. That we shouldn't think, okay, it's just this decentralized, it's just a centralized world, so they're just bullshitting us, and let's just go to our corner where we just talk about crypto and decentralized and how awesome it is, and we talk about the future. No, I just want to be more objective and see what is true and what is not. So a lot of these articles say that Bitcoin is slow and credit cards are fast. That is true. It is true. This what says here, one Bitcoin transaction takes 10 minutes. It's totally true. You can go to the website of bitcoin.org. Just go to the FAQ section, then go to transactions, and then you'll see that they say that the average transaction takes about 10 minutes. Now that the credit card is able to process 5,000 transactions per second, yeah, there are also many interviews that also say much more than that. So I found also an interview of a guy of Visa that said that as an average in 2016, Visa processed something around 1,600 transactions per second. So 1,667 to be precise. But they also said in that article that in a test environment, they reached 56,000 transactions per second. Now, is Bitcoin slower than that? Yes, absolutely. It's much slower. It is. You can also find this information in the official channels of Bitcoin. So it's not just me saying it. Bitcoin is able to process between 3 and 4 transactions per second at the moment. Ethereum, on the other hand, it's able to process only 20 transactions per second. So are Visa and Mastercard faster? Yes, they are. Now, there are some things that we can also discuss, which is things like this. So then, centralized systems for consumer payments are highly efficient with formidable cost advantages. That is partially true. So centralized systems are not formidable from a security point of view because of having one central entity that manages all your data. If you hack that system, if you hack Visa's network, then you hack the whole system and you can get access to people's data. That's exactly what decentralized technology like the blockchain is trying to fix. So from a security point of view, decentralized systems are much better for the consumers. Now, is it more efficient? Well, at the moment, I just said it, the centralized systems are more efficient, are faster. Will that remain like that in the future? No, that will change in the future. Now, we have seen some big developments of different cryptocurrencies, different blockchain projects, where they're able to process thousands of transactions per second. being, for example, you can check projects like Neo, Cardano, EOS, Ripple, um, and you can see that those guys are working on that project. So they're making something that will be much more scalable, much faster, much more efficient. So they also talk about in this article and many similar articles about the adoption. They say basically that that big companies, big e-commerce sites accept Visa and Mastercard, but don't accept cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin. Being sites like eBay or like Amazon. And on that, I'd like to say the following. I think it's a bit of a chicken and egg problem, because people don't adopt it if those sites, if they cannot buy, right? If those sites don't offer the option of payments with Bitcoin, then how are you going to pay with Bitcoin? On the other hand, these guys could say like, yeah, but we don't offer the option of paying with Bitcoin because nobody actually pays. But yeah, you have to first try, right? So I think what's going to happen is that maybe not with Bitcoin, maybe with another coin, maybe with other coins in general, but cryptocurrencies will be accepted and adopted by the masses on the financial sector, but also in e-commerce sites and in the offline world as well. We have seen, I already talked in another video about some solutions that are offering you the chance to pay with cryptos on your local grocery store, like Pundi X or STK, for example. You can check them on CoinMarketCap. But going back to the point, are Visa and Mastercard the devil at the moment? Will just be will they disappear next year and be replaced by a decentralized cryptocurrency or decentralized system? Well, I don't think so. I think in the short term it will we will see that Mastercard and Visa will just grow as a consequence of the massive growth of online businesses. So you can see, for example, it's not just the big ones like eBay and especially Amazon. You can see that the way or the how fast Amazon has grown, and you can see like Alibaba as well growing a lot, and they all accept credit cards. So that's a huge help for credit cards, also from smaller businesses. If you see the amount of new shops on using platforms like Shopify, for example, or selling their own stuff on Etsy, they all accept credit cards. And I've been on that side from an e-commerce side, and I've accepted credit card. And I can tell you that the amount of transactions or the percentage of the transactions that come in are like, I would say, 80% through credit cards, and the other 20% PayPal. So what remains to see is how much of that market will be taken by cryptos, and how much it will, and how fast that will start growing and taking a piece of the pie of Visa and Mastercard and PayPal. Now, personally, I think that the moment that retailers see that they get much more transactions per second with cryptocurrencies, that people actually are spending those cryptocurrencies on their site. So they might run a small test and accept Bitcoins or other coins, and then just keep it for a few months, and then they'll go and they'll see that the amount of people that pay on with that cryptocurrency or will be more and more every month. So I'm not afraid of that. I think that will happen. So they'll see that the moment that they can get these new people on their side that they can sell stuff to with lower fees than they have to pay to Mastercard and Visa. I think that's the moment that everything will start to take off, and eventually, I think that Visa and Mastercard and credit cards will be replaced for a decentralized system, because it makes sense that you don't have to pay someone, a middleman. In this case, they are the middleman. Mastercard and Visa and other credit cards are just the middleman. And as I said before, they're easy because of being one centralized place. They're easy to hack, but they're also in taking fees that you could otherwise don't have to. You could otherwise stop paying. So then the moment that we see that at the moment, because of proof of work, it is of Bitcoin consensus mechanism, and it's too expensive to pay with that. But the more we shift to other consensus mechanisms like proof of stake, delegated proof of stake, delegated Byzantine fault tolerance, then those things will make that the transactions faster and the fees lower. So then these systems will be able to really compete with Mastercard and Visa, and then that's the moment that you would have both competing in looking themselves in the eye at the same level, and then we'll see a massive adoption of cryptocurrencies, and then we'll see the decline of these centralized systems like Visa and Mastercard. But for the remaining years, I mean, probably the next 2, 3, maybe 5 years, they will still be big, and they will still grow fast, for the reasons that I just said before. For the big part of that will be e-commerce that will just drive the growth of Visa and Mastercard. So if you also have shares or stocks of Visa and Mastercard, just keep them for a while. I think they will do well, but eventually they will be replaced by a decentralized system. So that's my take on Bitcoin and crypto in general versus Visa and Mastercard. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you want to join our private crypto investors group, just click the link in the description, and see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.